Welcome to the Bizarre and the Unknown. I am your host, E.D. Testerman. I am an author and investigator. I am also a researcher into the unknown. Join me as we dive together into this bizarre and the unknown universe. Do you believe in UFOs and aliens, things that fly in the sky and in our oceans? Do you hear things that go thump at night, or do you just see things that you cannot explain? Do you believe in Shiai Tonka, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Booger, and so many more? Join me on my adventures as I investigate this stuff that's out there. Let's learn how to guard ourselves and protect the things out there that need our protection. I'm a United States Marine and United States Army veteran. I love my country and have served it proudly. And I want to give a special thanks to all the veterans and first responders. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Campfire Chats. I'm your host, E.D. Testerman. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks. I've had a lot going on between my daughter's theater. Had a Christmas party last Saturday to go to. So, hopefully we've been able to, some of us had some experiences the last couple weeks we can talk about. I've had a few things going on here. Hey Ray, how's it going? I've came home a couple nights. Guys know I've been dealing with, had that entity a few weeks ago that ran across in the woods between my drive and the field, and I caught that one thing on thermal. D.A. Roberts came out, and we were sitting there looking, found a spot there right where he was. That's good, bud. Right there where I seen that entity, looked like something had been laying down there watching the house for a while. And then we heard that whoop. What's funny was this was daytime, we heard the whoop, but we heard the whoop off in the distance a little bit. And so there's been a couple nights now I've come home. So let me backtrack a little bit. My daughter, I came home one night. I smelled something funny. Kind of smelled like shit and rotten meat. So I was like, okay, it's probably these guests. My daughter texted me when I'm leaving work last week, or actually earlier this week. She says, man, something's tapping on the windows all around the house. It goes, been doing it for about an hour, going around the house. And, hey, Rhonda, going around the house, tapping on the windows. I came home. Got that smell again, that shit and rotten meat smell. So I'm like, okay. I looked around. I didn't find no footprints. I was hoping I would because of the rain we got, but it's also been cold here and things are freezing up. So, I haven't seen anything yet. DA, me, Noah, we found that bedding spot. Found possible couple prints, see where something's been rooting around for acorns, all in that same area where we've been hearing that walking around and got that thermal hit. And that is actually, I may give me a second here. I should be able to pop it up where you guys can see it. Remember where I put it at in here. Uh-oh. I don't help if I was in the right spot. Well, I might have deleted it accidentally. Been trying to go in here and make room. Oh, thermal hits. I believe it's this one here. Oop, that thing's taking up my screen. Waiting on it to load up. And I'll show you that what I was talking about, what I caught on thermal. I've sent this out because I knew what I thought it was. But I wanted some other people's opinions too. So this is that thermal. I showed this a couple weeks ago, but I wanted some other people to look at it and see what they thought as well. Oops. Okay, it's loaded up. Share screen. Now you're wanting to look right here, right where my mouse is. Hey, Scott. See it starting to, it right there. It started ducking back in. That's what I was talking about that I caught, and this is in that same area that I've been getting sounds, hearing things walking around, and I ran in the house, grabbed my thermal, hooked it up, and ran back outside. And I was actually leaned up against my truck bed like this with my phone, recording this thing. And so everybody I sent it to, hey Demiria, everybody I sent it to kind of said the same thing. They thought it was probably a Bigfoot as well. That was captured right here in my driveway. Hey Roger. Sorry, I'm trying to get some coffee. I haven't slept much. I've been redecorating and this is right now just wallpaper until I can get some money for some boards. I'm trying to redo this old. This is my girls' old room, and I'm turning it into my office. So, what they've done to my walls, I'm like, yeah, we're redoing it. So I kind of got this up for right now, and kind of changing things around. But that's what's been going on here. Has anybody else had any? Is their experience? Infrared cameras are nice. Now, mine's not cheap. And what sucks was the first one I bought, I got it on sale, and I got it for $180. It actually plugs into my phone. And then that day that I got ran out of the creek bed when I did that initial investigation, just try to get the feel of the area where that werewolf and dogman was. And I kept having that feeling something's wanting to drag me off in another direction. And the feeling wasn't good to the point that I was like, I need to get the hell out of here. I was by myself. So it was stupid, but I just kind of wanted to get a feel for the area. Just your guess. There you go. Yeah, you've had that old man walking around there lately, haven't you, Roxanne? So I wanted to go down there, kind of get a feel. When I go to a place to do an investigation, I did. It cost me. I lost it when I got ran out of the woods. I put it in my pocket. Didn't realize my pocket had a hole in it, and so it cost me $265 to replace it because I had to buy it at full price. Didn't have that sale going on anymore. So yeah, it cost me $265 to replace it. But they're handy. They're handy. But anywhere I go in to do an investigation, give it be paranormal, supernatural, cryptid, mythological, folklore, whatever it is, I'm going to go investigate. Investigate. I like to get a feeling of what's in that area. I'm kind of teaching my daughter how to do this too. She's starting to come into her abilities. She's starting to notice things. So it's yes, Scott, the one I bought, I absolutely love it. It works so good. Well, you've seen the evidence there. I've actually sat in my porch in the woods to the north of me. I can record it in them woods, and that's over 100 yards away. It's a really good. To me, it was worth the $265 to replace it. I wish I didn't have to replace it, but it is what it is. It happened. Oops. Only men won't check their pockets for whole. Yeah, I know. I went to order one today, but I don't want to do the membership, being a probably won't use it again. Oh no. Uh, I love mine. I bought it off Amazon, and I got it. I've got some more equipment. I've got a REM pod coming in Monday. I've been waiting on that thing for a while to come in. That was $180. I've got another one sitting in the basket. As soon as I come up with another 150, it'll have that other one. You honor here, the closet to be, or close to be honoring with you. Yeah. Oh man, but but my thermal, Kevin, I don't have to pay a membership for. I download the app. I record what I want to record, save what I want to save, delete what I want to delete. It all gets saved to my phone, just like I'm taking a video with my phone. And that's one I got. It's called Infraray, something like that. I'll have to go in my closet here in the office and try to find it. But I don't pay for a membership. So, but I mean, it's useful. It's useful. But my daughter's starting to come into her abilities, and she's starting to notice things. So I'm kind of working with her because I had nobody to work with me. Everything I figured out on myself. Trial and error. And so she may be going on that investigation with DA and me on the 10th. The way it's looking, she wants to go. I've never took her on an investigation before, and she wants to. So I'm kind of working with her. Hey, this is the things you got to consider. This is the things you got to look out for. This is the things you got to say. This is how you should act. I'm trying to get her used to what that's going to be like, because this is when I went and met with the historians there at the Springfield Commercial Club. I was getting a base reading of the building. There's definitely paranormal there, but none of it seemed upset. It seemed bad. So I was like, okay, for her first investigation to ever go on, I'll bring her here with me, just kind of see how she acts, how she takes it, how she does with it. Because I've warned her. I mean, there's things will attack you, things will attach to you, things will come after you. You gotta stand your ground, but not provoke. So I was kind of teaching her, this is what you do, this is what you say, this is how you act. I was telling her, I was like, you get more response when you're respectful than you are if you're provoking them or being a complete ass. I'm not big on that. I don't like doing that stuff. I don't like provoking, because at the end of the day, I'm going to go home to my bed. But the owners of that building that called me in to do an investigation, they have to live with that. So if I piss off them entities by provoking, I'm not going to be messed with at the end of the day. They are. So why am I going to do that to them? I'm just not a big fan of that. Yeah, that's so we're going to be doing a paranormal investigation, Roxanne. She's kind of sort of, I haven't really took her on Bigfoot investigations. She's been with me in the woods when I've discovered stuff. She's not ready for that. Definitely, I don't feel that she's in my heart. Hey, Jeff, I don't feel that she's ready for that level of investigation yet. I know she wants to. I know she wants to go out and do this stuff with me, but I want to make sure she's got her head right, her energy right. Because if you don't, bad things can happen, and I don't want nothing to happen to her or anybody else that's with me. But so most likely she'll probably be coming with us to do that paranormal investigation at the Springfield Commercial Club on the 10th of January. I'm waiting on Mary to email me. She's supposed to be emailing me any pictures and historical information so I can get to work on that video, because I'm trying to get everything set up and go through this. I ended up deleting my Microsoft Clip Champ a little bit ago and uploading it. So I'm going to see if I'm still having trouble editing this stuff. I've got that new program now through Odyssey that's called Cyberlink or something like that. I'm not a fan of it. I'm having the same issues with it as I am with Microsoft. So if that don't end up becoming better, I'm going to cancel that and delete it. But I'm trying to find programs to help me produce better videos for you guys. So like when I'm doing these investigations, I can provide you with something better than what I've had before. So I'm constantly trying to improve myself to provide you guys with something good. So I'm still working on the Pythian Castle, the last of the Pythian Castle ones. I've been busier than a hiccup. By the time I get home from work, I'm so dang tired. I've not done any work on anything else here lately. I was kind of farting around with this a little bit today. Took a break from it when the Chiefs game was on. Got done with it. Went right back to work on this. Kind of working on it. Yesterday, I was redoing my wall here. I've still got 3 other walls, but I got some more paper I've got to order. But I've got looks like a small section left over here. I got to buy a new light switch, new power switch or plug-in. I got to buy 4 of those. A new light switch. I can't shut my light off now. I took that old light switch out and we put this other one in. Well, something's wrong with it. If I shut the light off, it blows my breaker. And it shuts all the power off in here. So now I have to leave this light on for now. That's why you don't see my colored lights like I normally do. So when I get paid, I've got to go down to Lowe's and get me a new light switch. And I'm going to replace all the plug-ins in here too. And then I'm going to get the little boxes to put in there, the conduit boxes to put in there too, just as a safety precaution, because I got to pulling that light switch out and realized they didn't have one. So I was like, yeah, we're going to put one of those in. Well, that's definitely going in. So I just kind of been working around trying to remodel things. I don't know if I could pull my lights off and re-stick them once I get the wallpaper done. If push comes to shove, I'll just have to order me another strip. I just won't get as long as ones I've on this one. But that's what I've been, man. I've been busy as a hiccup. Yeah, work and remodeling and trying to get some better stuff. So it's been an interesting week for me. And today I've been kind of hurting, so I've not done a whole lot today besides sitting here working on this stuff. So I'm hoping now that I deleted it. Hey, not so perfect. Deleted that Microsoft Clipchamp and re-uploaded it. Now maybe it'll run better so I can finish getting this out to you guys. Have you listened to the video 1949 LaFleur County, Oklahoma with the Bigfoot, about a guy talking and experiences with Bigfoot and his family there, his life saw real time. LaFleur County, LaFleur. Ain't that the one where the Bigfoot and Choctaw War was? No, I haven't seen that video though. But it ain't LaFleur County where that was. Hey, Urso. No, I haven't seen that. Okay, yeah. No, I haven't seen that 1949 video, Roxanne. I haven't been on the internet a whole lot here lately. I've kind of took a break from it, mainly because I've been so exhausted. I mean, I am so mentally exhausted right now because I've been so busy. Wire the neutral together and only connect the black to the switch. Yeah, there's 3. I don't know why. This is a weird one, Kevin. I've got 3 sets. Hey, Jessica. I've actually got 3 sets of wires coming up, and instead of normal 2, so you run your white and your black, your white on one, your black on the other, and you run your ground to the ground. This has got 3 wires, so it's weird. I mean, it's really, really weird. And so the old switch was one of those. It wasn't a flip style like we use now. It was one of those push button on off deal. Hey, Val. Drink a pitch of salt with the room temperature water, it helps. So I'll have to look at that, man. I know I've just been, man, I have been running wild. Hey, Kyle. I've just been, God, I've been freaking hammered. I've been doing around 11 to 15 locates a day. Got chased by a dog, turned around, hurt my finger when I slipped into gravel running from it. I mean, I've been busy. This guy was 9 years old when things started to happen. Wow. Yeah, I'll try to remember to look into that. If anything, message me later, Roxanne. Remind me of that. But yeah, I mean, that'd be definitely something interesting to listen to. So, but yeah, no, I'm hoping to get back to work on this. I've done this one because I'm going to redo this whole. I've got new shelves coming in, my new stand for my printer coming. I've got all that here. I just ain't put it together yet because I've been working on trying to get this office set up. So my desk is getting moved. Everything's getting moved. Oh man, yeah, it's So yeah, it's just busy. I was working on that yesterday. That's why my foot was hurting today. My freaking new insert appointment got pushed back again. Uh, First time was my fault. I overslept, slept through my alarm, missed it. And I just got called. Yeah, Jessica's in the house. Whoop whoop. The one and only, the cryptid huntress herself, Jessica Jones, is in the house. Hey, Jessica, have you been out doing any investigations here lately? Um, that's what I've had going on. So, I mean, these things are getting more. I'm almost convinced that was what was tapping on the window when my daughter was here by herself before I got home. Just not 100%. Oh, cool. I'm not 100% convinced that it is yet, but it's a good possibility with everything that went on. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we found that bedding right where I took that thermal hit. And then I've gotten smells right up next to my house now, like shit and rotten meat smells. Um, yeah, she was a little scared. She was a little scared when she texted me on that. She's like, "I'm going to lock the door." I said, "Yeah, you go ahead and lock that door. Just stay inside." And so it's most I can do. I came home, kind of looked around. I noticed some smells next to the house. I noticed some smells in the driveway. I didn't see no prints, so I mean I can't definitively say that's what it is. So that's why I'm like, I mean it could be, or it could be, somebody playing a prank too. I don't know. They always have though, Jessica. I mean, they've tapped on windows like they did to me last night. Last night I was sitting in my chair because my foot was hurting pretty bad because of climbing up and down the ladder doing this wallpaper. And so I was like, I'm going to sit in the chair. I'm going to watch the arrow, kind of binge watch a little bit, kind of get my mind off of things, calm down. And all of a sudden I hear the tapping on my window. I was, what the hell? So I got up, shimmied my little way out and looked, nothing out there. I was like, that's probably my guess. It's not the first time they've ever done that to me. So my ground here, not so perfect, is really hard. I live out in the middle of the woods, out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I literally, you hear banjos. You keep going till you stop hearing banjos and you're close to my house. I mean, I live out in the middle of freaking nowhere, and that's why I love it. And then I heard 3 quick taps on my door, on the glass door of my front room. So I got up, checked again. There was nothing there. So, I mean, it very well could be paranormal too, because of all the paranormal activity we've had around here. The knocks I heard the other night and the knocks I heard last night to me sound more paranormal than the usual cryptid ones that I get, because they'll knock on they'll come up to my window, tap on my window when I'm right here working on my books or working on whatever, and it's usually kind of loud. I mean, it's like a how do you explain it? It's like a loud thud against the window. Where the other night and last night was kind of like a sharp fingernail, like a fingernail tap, and then. So that's why I was like, man, I can't say it's Bigfoot was doing it. It very well could quite possibly be paranormal ghost messing with us as well. So, yeah, it is. Only way I love being in the woods, not so perfect. I'm not a city person. I can't even do towns. I don't like being around a bunch of people. I like my privacy. I like the sounds of nature. I like being able to walk out from my front porch and see the stars and UFOs and everything else flying around. You can't do that in a city or a town. I'll be on the porch of mine, when you find me. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love sitting out there drinking my coffee or my tea out on my porch. Yeah, got the banjos. I bet your property is on the Ozark Mama Rocks. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm in the Ozark Mountains. Yeah, that's one thing that Missouri could grow. Missouri could grow rocks, especially here in Southwest Missouri. It's true. Like, I've had people come up to my house, and I tell them, like, hey, listen, when I was younger, and somebody was trying to figure out where we lived, literally, this was the exact details. So you go down this road here. Once you see this church, there's a gravel road on next to that church. You take that gravel road. It's going to go down. It's going to curve around, and it's going to either go straight or kick to the left. Take that left. Take it down until you see a T's, and you see the stump out in the middle of the field. Go down and turn right where that stump is. Take that stump all the way down. It's going to come. It's going to wind. It's going to bend. It's going to go up and down. It's going to come up till you see a tied laundry soap bucket on the corner fence. That's my place. Literally, that's how we told people how to get to where we are. Dude. Yeah, I love banjos. Oops, I missed it. There it is. Yeah, I love listening to banjos. But honestly, I mean, it's how it was. And people's like, man, you're full of crap. There ain't no way. Then they come out, it's like, holy shit, dude. When you say you live out in the middle of nowhere, we think you're lying. You live out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, hell yeah. Reminds me of the Dogman Encounters, episode 100. Out of Germany, a woman had a dogman tapping on. Yeah, now that's the funny thing is there's something else here and not my normal guest. And I live along the Niagara River, and Niagara River is known for Bigfoot and Dogman. There's been something here that's different than normal, and that's what I've wondered if I haven't had some. Yeah. That's wondering. I'm wondering if I ain't getting it, because I know we've had instances in the past that's very much Dogman related, which I didn't know about Dogman back then. We chalked them up to cougars. Well, the more I start studying about Dogman and stuff like that, the more I start realizing these livestock mutilations we had back in the late 90s sound very much like that. In fact, we live along the Niagara River, which suggests that as well. Yeah, we got a lot of cattle out here. We used to. Out here, we either had dairy or beef, depends on who was doing it. We raised beef ourselves, but up until that Off-Farm Act happened, that pretty much killed all of us out here. Oh, that would be cool, Scott. Yeah, it's claws tapping on the glass. That's kind of what it sounds like. It wasn't normally. I don't know if I can replicate it on here or not, but normally when my Bigfoot guests do it, it's. I don't know if you guys can hear that through there or not. It's thud. It's loud, but it's like a thud. But these ones I've been hearing the last few nights sounds like a small fingernail, just tick, tick, tick type. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not worried about if they're what we call dog man, Val. I'm not worried about those. Um, I'm more worried about if it's werewolf related, as in what we think of a werewolf. I posed that question when I did that werewolf and dogman show. Could dogman be a natural werewolf, or like the Rougarou is the magically created one? Because you listen to the Native Americans, Native Americans will tell you what we call werewolf. It doesn't have a tail; it's created by magic. Where what we call dogman has a tail and they're natural born. So hence the phrase, one is created and one is born. And in order to be what we call werewolf, there's dark magic involved on that. So that's why I've always posed that question on that. Um, I'm, I remember farmlands outside of KC up to 100 miles and 70s cow. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we down here in the late 90s, we was having all sorts of kind of livestock mutilations going on. The Missouri Conservation told us it was a pack of bull mastiffs. And we're like, yeah, you're full of shit. I mean, we got pictures of cougars here on our video cams. Like, oh, you took that from somewhere else. We ain't got no cougars here. It wasn't until later on when I started thinking about how these horses and how these cows and how these sheep and how these dogs were killed. That didn't even fit cougar. But that to us when we were younger, that's what made sense because we didn't know about dog. We knew about Momo, or down here they're called booger. We knew about booger, and the farmers talked about boogers down here, but we didn't know about dogman. So as I got older and I started learning more things, is when I started learning. Okay, there's more out here than what we realize. If they suck the blood is the favorite source of them. I heard that can be a trait. So their fronts of their throats were ripped out and their bellies were ripped open. Big, large claw marks down the rib cages. It wasn't the back of the neck. It literally was the throat. The cougar will jump on the back and take you out. The front of the throats were ripped out. There's huge claw marks down the rib cage, and the belly was slit open and choice stuff taken out of it. Hey, you big calf daddy. Yeah, I miss having cattle. I'm trying to get my field cleaned out so I can get cattle back on it. They do, and the thing is they pick the worst kind. A bull mastiff is a pack. A bull mastiff is not going to sit there and hunt down livestock and kill them. They're lazy as hell until they're provoked to do it. Oh, did you? You had another calf tonight? Hell yeah, Jeff. Yes, Val, we are. Oh, come on. Yes, Val, we are. We're living in a very interesting time. Very mind blowing, absolutely. There was also cattle, goat, chickens are also around here. The times the blood was stuck. Yeah. So we've lost we've lost animals to cougars. I mean, we've lost dog. Well, the only one I know for a fact was cougar related was my neighbor's dog. He got his front for entertainment purposes only. He had his front leg ripped off by a cougar. And we've had dogs messed up by cougars, and we've had dogs that completely disappeared that we chalked up to cougars. His surgery went well. He's in a little bit of pain. He is doing better, and but he's pretty optimistic. Things are going well. I messaged him a little bit ago and was talking to him, but he's doing pretty good, and so far everything went well. He's in a lot of pain right now. Hey, take it easy, not so perfect. But yeah, the livestock. We was having horses killed, cattle's killed, goats, sheep, chickens, dogs, llamas. We had all this stuff being killed out here or unalived out here in the late 90s. And it was all along up and down the Niagara River, as where all this was taking place. So that's why I'm starting to think it's probably more than cougar. I was thinking it's probably more dogman related. Seen a black one here in East Tennessee, just outside. Yeah, there's actually a lot more reports of black panthers being out there. There really is. There is a lot more coming out. You're welcome, Scott. Yeah, I am too, Kyle, and you're welcome. Definitely send blessings and healings. One of my cousins and his friends went to raccoon hunting once, and their dogs had treed Black Panther one night here in Eastern Kentucky. Yeah, there is. I mean, it's amazing. So when I was a pup, hearing a Black Panther was rare, and these old timers would often tell you we see Missouri used to have grizz, and the old timers will tell you there's still grizz around here. So I mean, these things I never seen a grizz. I seen a black, but I never seen a grizz. And cougars, I mean, I've literally had a cougar running in front of my pickup going down the highway, the old country highway. So then telling us there were cougars here. I mean, I knew all this crap was bull BS, but there was reports of like Black Panthers being seen, cougars or grizz still being seen. Some of the things I have seen, I've never seen a Black Panther and never seen a grizz, but the timers will tell you about it, And then of course, I come from northern Missouri where we know Bigfoot as Momo. And I get down here and I listen to the old timers and they're talking about, oh man, I just had a booger on my property the other day. And I'm like, what the hell? It's got to be a pretty big booger if you're talking about it. He goes, no, man, a booger. I was like, okay, so what are you talking about? Because I'm thinking of your, booger in your nose. And he goes, no, Bigfoot, man. Bigfoot, booger. I was like, oh. So I listened to the old timers when we sit at the country store drinking coffee early in the morning after getting chores done before we head to sale barn. And they were telling stories about this stuff. What do you think it was? What do you think it is when farm animals with blood sucked out of them and no other marks but two punctures? Now, there's a lot of time. There's a couple things that will actually do that. One, especially like with small animals like rabbits, chickens, or something like that. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a weasel. A weasel's known to do that, and we have weasels here in Missouri. Yeah. So normally I'll ask you, what's the size of the puncture wounds? What size is the animal? And that's pretty much what it's going to tell you. Now, I've heard stories of coons doing it, but most of the time when blood was drained from those type of animals, it's been a weasel. Videos on Facebook showed 2 jaguars were walking across the highway in Arizona. Well, the United States used to have jaguars in them, and there's several reports of them coming out and about now too. Bigfoots do have boogers, but down here, like I said, I'm from northern Missouri, so we're used to calling Bigfoot Momo. Well, down here in the southern part of Missouri, they're known as boogers. So it's quite funny because that's actually how I actually learned how some of the Bigfoots are called boogers was from listening to the old men talk around the coffee. DNR says we don't have mountain lions in Maryland, but I've seen one walk to the bank. Yeah, they told us that for a long time, Jeff, down here too. But yeah, we knew they were full of crap. Literally, when you have one running in front of your pickup and you're going down the old country highway, proof's in the pudding. Missouri's known as the show me state. They showed me they existed here. Yeah, there's weasels. We got weasels around here. Up north, we dealt with big rats. Down here in southern Missouri, our rats are small, but we got weasels too. They call them boogers on the account of the constant nasal drain. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that, Scott. Be picking up and wiping under your nose. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's weasels are. So when I was younger and I saw my first weasel down here, I thought it was a ferret. And I was like, man, what the hell? Somebody's ferret got loose. And there's like, no, boy, that's a weasel. I said, that looks like a ferret to me. He goes, no, that's a weasel. We have weasels here. And that was the first time I ever seen one. That was coming from the chicken coop. Yeah, we got black bear. Black bear here are not like black bear in Alaska. Black bear here is going to run from you. Up in Alaska, they're probably going to try to eat you. Definitely less food up there than down here. The only time down here black bear is going to come after you is if A, you corner it, or B, you mess with its cubs. Then it's going to come after you. 9 times out of 10 down here, you have an encounter with a black bear, they're going to run from you. Told us that in Tennessee, the TWRA turned them loose for deer control. Yeah, I remember early or mid 90s, Missouri Conservation traded a bunch of turkey for rattlesnakes. And people were finding these crates that were dropped into the woods around here that had these rattlesnakes, and to reintroduce rattlesnakes back into Missouri. We have rattlesnakes here too. We have timber rattlers. Now, I've seen one on my property, and there was a little one. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Roxanne. Up there in northern Missouri, we didn't deal with weasels a whole lot. We dealt with rats that was the size of coons and cats. Yeah. You remember in the 80s, around St. Joe, where I'm from, and Kansas City area, people were sitting on their front porches with BB guns and 22s and killing rats because these rats were taking over everything. I mean, these rats were everywhere. Literally, I'd go to my babysitter's house, which was my mom's best friend, and we would sit on her front porch shooting rats all day long because there were so many daggone rats in St. Joe and Kansas City area back then. Yeah. Yep. So, oh yeah. Oops. Yeah, I mean, these rats back in the 80s, they were huge, man. We had a bad flood about 35 years ago. All the river rats came on the streets. Yeah, we did too here. Back in 93 and 97, we had 2 big-ass floods that was causing a lot of problems. Yeah, nutria, yeah. Yeah, that's what we have here. We got nutrias here too. Yeah, we got them here in Missouri too, Southwest Missouri. Yes, I was one that did the BB gun. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Norwegian roof rats. Pennsylvania got caught trading Colorado turkeys for mountain lions about 10 years ago. Yeah, I love how they tell you that stuff, and they'll deny it, but yeah, they did it. I mean, they did it all the time. 35 years, my phone has a mind of its own. I get that one. I mean, that was just a common thing. That was back in the mid, I think it was around 85, 86 is when we had a bad problem with these rats up there in the northern part of Missouri. And, I mean, my babysitter would shoot the thing, and me and my little brother would run out and grab them, throw them in the burn barrel. Well, I mean, it was nothing. Hey, Freaky, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, I mean, you got to think the conservation, no matter what state you're from, they do stuff behind people's back and sit there and lie to your face about it. I'm not a fan of a possum cop. Also went to the railroads yards to shoot rats with my 22. Yeah, I mean, them things were, God, they were thick as thieves back in the 80s. I want to say it was like 85, 86. I can't remember when this happened. I can't remember what brought it up. I'm wanting to say it was probably we had a buttload of rains that was driving them up, but I can't remember. I really can't remember. It's been so long ago. They put a wolf in Idaho. They have now moved into Washington and Oregon. Yeah, we got gray wolves and red wolves here. You know, I mean, we really do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, it was nothing back then. It was just, and I remember that. It was just something from my childhood memory that I'll never forget. You know, she would pop it with a 22. And me and my little brother would run out and grab one, and we took turns running out and grabbing them. I mean, they were literally coming out from under the porch and out from everything else. So, I mean, it was, but then we moved down here, which I can tell you, because I used an outhouse for many years out here where I'm at until we actually got running water. We didn't have a bathroom to use when we moved out here on the property I'm on. We literally had an outhouse, and we had to bucket water from a creek or a river into a 500-gallon cattle water in back of an international pickup that we backed up to the travel trailer that we lived in. And that's how we had water. So we had to boil our water quite often. And we had an outhouse we used to go to the bathroom in. And they done. And I remember growing up out here going, back when we actually had winters. I mean, foot of snow or better. Up north, we even had more than that. But down here was foot and a half of snow. It's like, it's the middle of the night. It's freaking freezing. And you're going, do I really want to go poop? Do I really want to get out of my warm bed on my floor and go poop? Because it's taking pinching a loaf off in the middle of winter in an outhouse makes you really kind of you literally learn how to hold your stuff in. Because I just don't want to free my butt cheeks. They let loose coyotes here yesterday ago. Have a pack in the Mine Hollow, noisy critter. Yeah, we got coyotes all over here, Val. Timber rattlers are nothing outside KC. You really had to watch up in the trees. Yeah, I mean, we had them here we'd be digging them around on the ground and have one striking at you. No worries, Val. No worries. Yeah, I mean, coyotes are just a small version of a wolf. In all reality, they're the same species as a wolf, basically. Just they're small, annoying, and they're a trickster. Using an outhouse this time of year, you don't. You did not take your time. That's no joke. And I can tell you, poop sickles are real. Poop sickles do exist. I know. I've had to deal with them. Hey, Twisted, no worries. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're overrun with coyotes here where I live in eastern Kentucky. There's a black bear that's been hanging around my place for around 8 years. Yeah, I got one that comes through every now and then on my property. I got a bear that does. Coyotes, we've been dealing with them for forever. They'll get a low population, rabbits will pick up, and then once the rabbits will pick up, the coyote population will pick up. Once the coyotes eat out the rabbits, then the coyote population goes back down. It's just a never-ending cycle. But yeah, we get them around here too. When I was younger, part of my entertainment out here was I'd find a blue racer out in a cow field, and I'd chase that blue racer snake, and that blue racer would run from me. Then I'd turn around and run, and that blue racer would turn around and chase me. People don't realize that blue racer will chase you. But if you chase the blue racer, it runs away. That was my source of entertainment growing up. There is a bounty for coyotes, but they don't pay. When I was a pup, it was $75 a pelt. I think it's like $5 or $15 a pelt now. The bounty just ain't worth it, Roxanne. But there is still an actual ongoing bounty for coyote. Oh, dude, it's a blast, Roxanne. I mean, that was good times. I mean, that was really good time. I remember one time I was running through the field and I had a turkey fly up in front of me. And of course, I was young and dumb, and I reached up because it was close enough. I almost grabbed his feet because I was planning on grabbing this dang turkey mid-flight and slam it on the ground and have me some turkey dinner. Thank God I didn't. That thing would have whooped the tar out of me, but I mean, I was young and didn't realize it back then, but that was entertainment for us. I had to tell a neighbor that was complaining of a black bear hanging around his house that it was hanging around because he was feeding it corn for. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it 100% right, Scott. I mean, they'll get into that. Cottonmouths, man, them little nasty boogers. Had a cottonmouth get under my truck and follow me so I couldn't get in. Dude, cottonmouths and copperheads, man, they're aggressive snakes. They're the butthole of snake kingdom. There's copperheads and cottonmouths. Yeah, going to get ready. So watch University of Tennessee beat Ohio tonight. Hey, you take it easy, Kyle. Oops, where did I missed something here somewhere? Oh. My girlfriend raises turkeys, small flock, and the male is in love with her. It's funny. I can see that. I can see that going on. You ever get in a fist fight with a rooster, then you come talk to me. I've had a rooster that wanted, every time I went in to feed or gather eggs, that daggone thing wanted to fight me. I don't know how many times I've laid that damn rooster out. I'd punch that thing, it'd come up, try to flog me. I literally was fist fighting a damn rooster growing up. No. Oops. Yeah. It is funny. There used to be a $50 bounty on coyotes in West Virginia. Yeah, we used to have a $75 bounty on coyote pelts, but it's went down a lot. Yeah, don't feed the bears. Yeah, don't feed the bears. Hey, Firewater. Does this start at 4 p.m.? Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. Tomorrow's show is 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. I think we're going to talk Christmas stuff tomorrow. Share some Christmas memories and things about Christmas. People don't realize Christmas ain't what we think Christmas is. You may be late, but here you beat the reply like I did. Heck yeah. But I think I'm gonna have to wear my Santa hat tomorrow. Maybe I need to make me a cryptid Santa shirt sometimes. Dude, emus are nasty little buggers too, Jeff. Yeah. I mean, I've had to get in a fist fight with these goats out here a time or two because they'll get to wanting to challenge me and they'll come up. About the time they raise their head up and hit me, I've cold cocked the hell out of them, knocked them on the ground, and they walk off going, okay, yeah, well, never mind. We're not big enough yet. And moray eel try to bite. Oh, moray eels. Oh, nasty little things. Yeah, try to bite me aggressively in Hawaii. Was spearfishing, chased me off the reef where I saw beneath me a dark, huge shadow of a shark. Turning at the reef, I just got to chase. Oh, man. I remember one time, it was funny hell. First time I ever got introduced to a barracuda was in Hawaii. So we just got through Zodiac training in K-Bay. And K-Bay is the Marine Corps base in Hawaii. And K-Bay is also the show Gilligan's Island. That little island in the theme song of Gilligan's Island, that's K-Bay. That's where they filmed the opening to Gilligan's Island at. Yeah. I do to a point, Firewater, but yes, I mean there's a lot. I did a show last year about Christmas. So we just got through doing Zodiac training here in K-Bay, and I'm on the docks, and I watched this big fish. I mean, this thing was freaking huge, swimming around these docks. So I pull out my K-bar, and I'm standing there. I'm timing this thing. It's swimming around the docks, and I'm timing it. And just before I jump in, because I'm thinking I'm going to jump in, stab this damn thing, pull it out of the water, and I'm going to have me some fresh fish to eat. And my CO, Captain America, comes up to me and goes, Corporal, what are you doing? I said, well, there's this big-ass fish sitting here. I said, it's shallow enough. I should be able to jump in the water, stab it in my K-bar. I can have some fresh fish tonight. And he starts laughing. He goes, son, you don't want to do that. I was, sir, why not? He goes, well, that's a barracuda. I said, okay, yeah, it's a barracuda. So what? I said, it's a daggone fish. I was, I want to eat me well, you called it a barracuda. I want to eat me a barracuda. He goes, no, no, no. He goes, son, that's a cousin to the shark. And that thing's about 6 foot down. And it'll get to you before you get to it. He goes, that thing will jack you up. That was my first experience with the barracuda. It was in Hawaii. It was because of that. Honolulu. Oh, out past the Lion's Inn. Yeah. Yeah, I was at K-Bay. My girlfriend's roosters tried to chase anyone. All you have to do is point your finger at them. They stop, lower their heads, and walk away grumbling. Rooster grumble. Yeah, I've knocked one out a time or two because the damn thing kept trying to flog me every time I come in the chicken pen. Daggone thing. I tell you what. You got a chicken they'll try to tear you up as daggone bannies. You want something that's going to protect your baby chicks? Get you a banny. Them little bannies they're mean. They got Napoleon complex like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it is. Yes, Dead Wolf, it is. Good to see you. Yeah, of course, I didn't know what a barracuda. I was a 20-year-old hillbilly from Missouri. I didn't know about barracuda. Hell, I know about what we have here in these waters. Only time I've been to the ocean prior to that's when I was 8 years old and we was down in Texas. That was the only time I've been to the ocean besides being in the Marine Corps. So, you got a young, dumb Marine hillbilly, and it's like, hey, I got a big knife. That's a big fish. I'm going to jump in the water and get me a fish. Nothing for us. Yeah, I learned from that one. Yeah, dude, bannies. Little Man Cinder don't describe bannies. They really don't. Top of the hour. Thank you, Roxanne. Let's get a little Dark Angel Medical out of the way real quick. If you're looking for the best med kits and trauma kits on the market, look no further than Dark Angel Medical. I have 2 kits myself. I absolutely love them. I do not get paid for promoting them. I love Pocket Doc's product. I love Dark Angel so much that I asked him if I could promote him on my show. You won't find a better product out there. You're going to pay for it. I mean, you pay for what you get. If you have FSA or HSA, you can use that to buy your Dark Angel medical kits. I also have Sezzle, and that's how I buy my kits. I use Sezzle to buy my kits where I can make payments on it. So you have different options you can to buy it. And he is the godfather of Kit for Life. So if you use it to save a life and you send it in to Doc replaces what you use absolutely free. So if you get a chance, go to Dark Angel Medical and pick you up some kits. You want to learn how to use those kits, you can go to YouTube and let me scroll back up here. Instagram to Dark Angel Medical, and he has videos showing you how to use his kits. So, I mean, I highly encourage people to go out and get Dark Angel Medical. I absolutely love Dark Angel Medical kits. Oh, I'd love to have a kookery at some point in time, Dead Wolf. I really would. My best friend's husband shot their rooster named Studley. He disappeared for over a week and came back. Kelly told him to get out there and finish the job. I'll be making stew with him. Yeah, Carnage. Big fish, big night. Yeah, that K-bar. I thought he was about 3 foot in the water. He was a little further down, I thought, man. That was my first experience. I've got 3 bantams and a rooster and 2 hens. I tell you, Dan, them banties, they are mean little buggers. I love banties. I love banties. They're the best mommies you can get. You want something that's going to protect your babies, chicks, and raise them right? Ain't nothing better than a banty hen. I've been noticing that too, or so, there's been a lot of those around here too. Has golden purple. I haven't seen them. Mine are mainly white. Hey, Monsieur, how you doing? Yeah, yes, thank you, Scott. He also puts on classes. Kerry Pocket Doc Davis is the owner of Dark Angel Medical. He also puts out classes how to use his kit and how to save lives. So, now I really do. I have a headrest that's sitting in my I call it my headrest kit, which I think that's what it's actually called, is a headrest kit that sits on the passenger seat of my truck on the headrest on the back side. Then I don't have my kits out. Everything's in the closet right now, but I have a kit anytime I go on investigation. I've got one of those with me too. I just want to say thank you for putting up with me in the chat this year. I appreciate everyone, especially. Hey, man, much love to you, Twisted. Much love to you. No worries. You're an awesome member of this family. No worries. I'm glad to have you here. Man, I got to figure out how to say your name right. Moonshia. I'm just going to start calling you Moon. Man, I'm sorry. I'm messing up your name. Oh, Moxley. You know what? I'm just going to call you Moxley. I got to try to remember that. It's going to be a lot easier for me. I ain't going to put that up on the deal, Firewater. I know what you mean, though. You get one too bad, they wind up in chicken and dumplings. Oh, you much love to you, Twisty. You're welcome. You're welcome. But no, I mean, it was hard life growing up out here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, not only do we deal with the environments, but we literally dug everything by hand. The water lines, electrical lines, everything we had to do. And if nobody's from Southwest Missouri, it's rocky. It is rocky as all get out here. And there's one thing we can probably grow a lot of, and that's daggone rock. We literally hand dig all our water lines and everything else like that. Smurfy, how's it going? So, but I mean, we dealt with everything out here too. I've played in these woods, growing up. The one time that I'm not one. I know Jessica talks about it all the time, but I've never had orbs associated with Bigfoot. Now, I've had this weird white orb come flying out of the woods at me one day and almost hit me in the chest to the point that I stopped, slid, and fell backwards on the ground. And that thing came out my chest and popped up in the air, which I'm thinking is the Fae. I'm thinking it was probably a pixie. I mean, the thing was about that big around. It was a big old white orb come hauling ass at me. I mean, I've had that stuff. I've had paranormal stuff, cryptid stuff. I've UFO stuff. I've had all kinds of weird stuff happen to me out here. I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. I keep the mini trauma kit in my truck, and I have a big mic kit at my cabin. Yeah, Scott. I mean, they're absolutely hands down the very best. You're saying it. I know I was saying it wrong. That's Monisha. It calls you Mo. I was debating on Mo or Moxley. Thank you for telling me that. I hate messing up people's names, and I'm about as hillbilly gets. I know I was messing it up. If I ever spoke about the things that I've related to and ex-friends and what I intend to do with what's left of them, I'd be kicked off this chat yesterday. Oh, I hear you, man. We got to watch what we say. I'm here. Oh, making pumpkin crust. Heck yeah. I had me some grilled cheese. That's about all I ate, and that was early. Hey, Allie, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to live, man. It really is. I love it. it's hard for me to get around with my back and my knees and my feet and my hands, and it was cute. But I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I had a soccer ball sized orb in my bedroom once. Oh wow. Yeah, most of the time I deal with orbs, it's paranormal. 90% of the orbs I see or I capture is paranormal. Now the UFO style, I've got UFO style flies around the nights up here all the time. And then of course that one with my chest. So that's pretty much my dealings with them. Love custards. Oops, crap! I lost it. Oh, do you, Allie? Yeah, yeah. South. Yeah, I live in Southwest Missouri, man. I love it though. I mean, I've been all over Missouri, but I'm from West Missouri, St. Joe, and I've lived down here. I mean, that's pretty much it. Dude, that's the only way to cook chili, Dead Wolf. I mean, that is the only time I cook chilies when I fire up the wood stove. I got the old cast iron Dutch oven on there. I pop in my chili stuff and I let that stuff cook all day long. If you guys have encounters you want me to do videos on, or you want to share something with me, you can send it to my email. That's cryptidandmythological@gmail.com. I'm going to be redoing some videos as soon as I get some more time. Right now, I am so busy trying to get things done before my surgery in February that I'm way behind on my putting out videos for you guys. But I mean, I'm hoping to start slowing things down here soon because I'm getting ready to be out of work for a little while. So I'm trying to get some stuff done at my job so that the person that's got to take over while I'm off is not overwhelmed with stuff to do. Plus, I've got like 4 or 5 projects going on at one time. I moved on to a raw land property that the Sasquatch already called home. It's been interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with them for 32 years, Allie. I've been dealing with these things for 32 years. That's how long I've lived out here. And yeah, I mean, they've always been here. This is since my mom passed away and my dad moved, and I took over the property and bought the property from Pop. Is the only time that they've been around here 24/7. It used to be they came in mid to late fall to early to mid spring. I'm getting this stuff all year round now. I mean, I've got videos on my YouTube channel here showing you this stuff. I'm finding fresh stuff every time I go out in my woods. That's funny you say that, Smurfy. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. Anybody know what a hillbilly espresso is? I'm going to give a few minutes. I want to answer some of these other stuff. Give you guys a few minutes to think about this. What a hillbilly espresso is, or no, cappuccino is. Sorry, hillbilly cappuccino. Come on, thing, work for me. In Chi Chong Tears and Exercise, where you make a ball of energy and throw it between two. I've been trying to do that, or so I've been trying to do that. I've had dreams of me doing that stuff and flying, kind of like what Goku does in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and it's so realistic. I haven't done the video on those yet. I'm still trying to get caught up on those. But yeah, I mean, I know that I can do it. My surgery is February 5th. Yeah. I want to do it in the wintertime because the wintertime is not one where, we ain't got striping going on. So we got more people in the shop that can take over while I'm off. So I've been busting my butt trying to get things done. So whoever's running my route, my area, is not going to be overwhelmed with work. I'd feel like a butthole if I did that to them. It has an orange basketball size orb come into my closed window. It stopped in front of my bed. It projected a black shadow on the wall. Wow, Allie, that's freaking cool. If you guys are looking for some, I can't remember. I think that promo's over now. If you're looking for some nice shirts, drinking cups, or something like that, I have a merch store, bizarreandtheunknown.com. Okay, yeah, oh yeah, that's the code ain't working. But you go there, I've got all different kinds of lines of stuff on my merch store. All the artwork on my merch I create myself. So if you're looking for some cool shirts, hoodies, drinking glasses, a couple other different things, all different kinds of genres of lines of stuff. Go to my merch store at bizarreandunknown.com. A Marine who trained me taught me that and a lot more. Oh yeah, it's I've been able to. I can feel the heat building up my hands as I'm trying to get it, um, but I haven't got there yet. Hey Larry, how's it going? And yes, also Roxanne's ginger lines in there. Ginger Lives Matter. I had to make a Ginger Lives Matter line just for Roxanne. Hot chocolate marshmallows? Nope. Moved here 6 years ago from Pennsylvania. Oh, I spent time in Pennsylvania, Blue Ridge Mountains. I loved it. I loved being in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I can go between two people, let one rip, and the other people separate as far as possible. Maybe that's wow. That's cool. I'll mark it on my calendar to keep you covered in prayer. Thank you so much, Firewater. Okay. So a hillbilly cappuccino is you take coffee and you take hot cocoa mix and you pour it in your coffee and mix it up. Hillbilly cappuccino. I'll do that every great once in a while. So it's pretty daggone good. Good. No worries, Larry. You're good. No worries. That when we talked about that, Roxanne, I laughed. I was like, "Yeah, we so got to do that. We got to so do the Ginger Lives Matter line." You brought it up, and we got talking about it. I was like, "Yeah, we're getting her done." Did um, but so that I'll do that from time to time. I drink my coffee black, which it's what I'm drinking now. But every now and then I like a little kick to it, so I'll take that hot cocoa mix and I'll dump in my coffee, mix it up, hillbilly cappuccino. And you can do the ones with marshmallows too if you want to. I have a secret. Smurfy, you having secrets scares me a little bit. First night I did it, I had a orb, a lucid dream, 7 levels deep, dream within dream. Yeah, saw my own spirit body and electronics around me turn on. Oh wow, that is freaking cool. Thank you, Larry. A juvenile Sasquatch was standing out back behind cabin. My son went out to pee. It just looked at him and took off. So I mean, that's what happened to me a couple weeks ago, Allie. I mean, I was peeing off my porch. It was night or getting not quite nighttime. There's still some daylight, and I had to pee real bad. Because I have fluid around my lungs. I'm on fluid pills. When I almost died in the hospital a few years ago, ever since then, I've had to be on fluid pills because of if I don't take it, it's really hard for me to breathe. And man, they hit me when they hit. They hit, and uh, um, so I ran out to do that, and the dogs went out at the same time I did. And when I looked, because I heard something, I looked up and I seen a black figure, roughly about 9-10 foot tall, dart across the woods in between my drive and my neighbor's pasture. Then I went out to check it out and I had a loud bird call coming from the tree line to the north of me. And it sounded like it was close, but you can tell it was far away. I mean, I've got the video on my deal. So when I went to go check out this bird thing, and I moved away from this side of the woods where that figure was, the bird call stopped. So, I mean, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's actually not Qigong. It's a combination of Qigong and Kundalini meditation. I've never heard of those. I'm checking. Dude, Larry, that'd be cool. If I hit 100,000 subscribers, that would be cool. I did a long time ago, Firewater. I mean, long time ago. I enjoy a cigar every now and then. But no, I'd gotten pneumonia real bad. In fact, I almost died because I was too stubborn to go to the hospital. I didn't want to pay an ambulance ride to go to the hospital, and I didn't have anybody to take me. And to the point that my nurse was about to come and get me because she's like, "You need to go." I was like, "Are you guys going to pay the ambulance bill? Because the ambulance bill for where I live to take me to the hospital, I mean, that's a 45-minute drive from where I'm at to the hospital." And she's like, "No, we won't." I said, "Then I'll just sit here and whatever happens, happens." And then my dad came home and I was fighting for every single breath I had. And it took me forever to get out. "Can you please take me to the hospital?" And I got there, man. They checked my stuff, and bam, next thing you know, I was admitted. I mean, they were doing a whole bunch of stuff. Apparently, I almost bit the bullet. You did your teeth in. Looks like you no teeth. No, I got my. I don't. I don't. All my teeth are real, Roxanne. I don't have flying chomping monsters like you do. I got my teeth. All mine's still original, all natural and original. It's comforting to know we aren't crazy. Yes, Sally, it is, and that's what this show's for. I mean, I want because I grew up a long time with people chastising me because of the stuff I've seen, the stuff I dealt with. And what's funny was, even though they chastised me behind closed doors, they were asking me to come and take care of problems they had at their property. So behind closed doors, they were all buddy buddy with me and knew, but they didn't want the criticism that came along with believing in these things. And then finally, I've been wanting to do one of these shows. I've been doing it now for this a little over a year. December 3rd was my 1 year mark in doing these things. And I finally got the nerve to do it. And it's amazing. I mean, we are growing so much and so quick. It's amazing. And I'm glad I finally did it. And I want to give a safe place for people to share their experiences. I have COPD, and it hits here puffing on the cigarette in the back porch. Yeah, I don't have that. I had pneumonia and almost croaked from it. Those meds will make you pee like a rat. Oh, that ain't no true. That ain't no lie there. Yeah, that's no lie. Yeah, they do. When it hits, it ain't no, man, I need to put this off. I need to go. I still have my teeth and the flying ones. I need to make you a flying chomper muncher t-shirt. It's just you, Roxanne. Inside their head, he's crazy. Then they come to you. I got a little problem. Yeah, that Smurfy. I've dealt with that most of my life. I mean, I have dealt with that for so long, and that's just how it's been. But people are finally starting to come out and admit this stuff and being comfortable to share it. And it's because of shows like what I do and like DA and Jessica and all these other people that come out and do these shows that people are starting to come to realize these things are actually real. And it's amazing how many people and for how many years have had experience with this type of stuff. And that's why I do this. A lot of people, their teeth get screwed up because the injectors and who knows what the government gives you. Yeah, I mean, look what that fluoride that's in your toothpaste and your Listerine. I mean, that stuff is not only causes Alzheimer's, but it rots stuff away too. I've been kicking her around. I need to create some artwork with that. I got to work on that. I got to get some time to work on that. Hey, Corey, how's it going? Now, yeah, you doing, Corey? I hope you're doing good there. He is on a pillow right behind me, sleeping at the moment. I'm losing my hair, but I still got my teeth. Yeah, but no, he's on a comfy pillow sitting behind my chair. My other one is usually laying on my feet for some reason. Is not in here. I don't know where he's at, which kind of scares me. Makes me wonder what he's into. But my black lab and bird dog mix, he's usually laying directly under my feet right now, but he's not here at the moment. That's good, man. Yeah, that's good. Keep her going, my friend. Keep her going. Man, yeah, I know I have been. I'm trying to play catch up. We're the same age. I got my hair, my teeth. I look in decent shape on the outside and feel like I'm 80 on the. Yeah. I keep telling people, man, I'm 45, but I got the body of a 95-year-old. I mean, 13 years of jumping out of helicopters, plus all the years of farming, diesel mechanicing, fighting. I've got the freaking body of a 95-year-old. I'm expert 13 years jumping out of helicopters. I've been farming a good portion of my life, fought most of my life. I grew up being bullied to the point that I've got to busting teeth. I mean, you're going to bully me, I want to show you what I do, what will happen. That's how I was. And, of course, 18-wheeler mechanicing. 100%. My doctor freaks out because he's, before he retired, he's like, I would swear that your lab works would all come back bad. He goes, you got some of the best damn lab works for somebody who looks the way you do. Yeah, Don, no joke. Because all my stuff, all my lab works, all my stuff is great. It just comes back great. And I'm fluffy, I've got a little weight on me. I've been working my butt off trying to lose it, and I can't freaking lose it. And I don't know why I can't. Doctors can't explain why I can't lose weight. I've done everything you're supposed to do to lose weight, and I just don't lose it. I'm relatively healthy, but do have a few issues, mostly in cold weather. Yeah, from the great tractor incident of 2020. Oh, God, I can imagine that, Scott. My pops is turning 70 next month. He's in better shape than I am. Yeah. Them old timers, man, them old birds, they knew how to stay in shape. And my great grandpa, God rest his soul, I miss that man. He's the same man. I used to love hearing the stories about how him and his brothers and his dad would hide Jesse James and the James gang in Testerman's cave and on Testerman's farm in Pineville, Missouri, when he was a pup. But he was, he always taught me growing up. He goes, you don't die until you sit down and stop moving. He goes, as long as you keep moving, that's when you stay alive. But once you stop and you decide to take your residence in that chair, he goes, that's when you start going down. Why is that, Corey? Yeah. I've been connected to my TENS unit all week. Oh, God, I love my TENS unit. I stood up the other day and something popped. It's been difficult to walk out. Yeah, I've been, my easy chair's got a back, one of them back support deals. So when my back gets to messing with me a little bit, and I like to lay it all the way back and push that thing up as far as it goes and just kind of arch my back and stretch it. My gramps would just tell us World War II horror stories. Oh, God, yeah. Well, my great-grandpa's one of the reasons why I went into the Marines. He was in the Army Corps, or Air Corps, and I told him, I said, man, I want to follow your footsteps. He goes, son, be a Marine. He goes, you're a Marine. Be a Marine. And he taught me about the Marine Corps, so he's one of the reasons why I went into the Marine Corps. In fact, he passed away when I was in the Marines, and the EGA that I got on top of the Grim Reaper, my very first EGA I ever got, I placed that in the casket with him. I wanted him to have it because he was such a big influence for me becoming a Marine. Heck, they're still finding caches of James' gang. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, my family were really tight with the James gang. I have an inversion chair and hang it upside down like a bat every day. I want to get one of them teeter hang ups. I hear that helps out a lot. I really want one. I just ain't had the money for them. I run rings around young ones, and I'm older than you guys. Man, it used to be I would, but anymore, my knees and my back and my feet and the way they're so messed up, it's hard for me to get out and do anything. Some medications will keep your weight on you. Yeah, that was the thing. When I got out of active duty, they'd pump me so full of medicines, and every single one of them, the side effect was weight gain. I'll show you what I used to be like. I may still have that picture in here. And this is before I got on a bunch of meds. Oh, you know what? I may not have it on here no more. I transferred stuff off my computer because I was trying to make room on here to see if that'd help my stuff work. I may not have it anymore. Yeah, I don't have it on my computer anymore. Anyways, I used to be in really good shape, and then I got out, and they started pumping, especially, man, they were pumping antipsychotics and all this other crap into me, and every single one of them had side effects of weight gain. Now I've lost some of it, but I'm having trouble losing the rest. But I would never. I was always just a stocky dude up until I got on beds, and that's when I became fluffy. My 10-year-old was learning about World War II in class, and she told the whole class some of the stuff I shared with her. Teacher wanted a meeting because it was horrific. Other kids not ready for it. Yeah, people. I mean, I don't talk about a lot of stuff I dealt with while I was in the military, Smurfy, because I'm not trying to be rude to anybody, so please don't take it the wrong way. Unless you've been there, you will not understand, and people look at you weird and differently and like a monster if you tell them things that you had to do to survive. My son is related to the Bash brothers on his dad's side. Oh, that's cool, Roxanne. Wow. My son gave me his flag from Iraq, but someone stole it. Oh, I've got mine. Firewater. I still got mine. I have no i5 disc or steel plate across. The front of the pelvis and had my tailbone split in half. Oh my God, Don. Yeah, from that motorcycle accident. Oh yeah. We are talking about Crumpus and Saturnella tomorrow. Cool, Firewater. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I believe I still have notes. I need to look. I still believe I still have my notes from that stuff on my computer. I had to tell her there are some things you just don't need to tell other people. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, there's people look at me because they don't understand why I don't talk a lot about my experiences while I was in an active war zone. And it's honestly the truth is because unless you've been there, you truly do not understand, and you don't understand what you have to become to survive something like that. War literally is hell on earth, and in order to survive that kind of hell, you people think I'm lying, man. I am not the same man I was when I went into military that I was when I came out. I'm completely different. That is two totally different people. It changes you. And that person that you were before you go in, that person no longer exists when you come out. Oh God, that sucks, Don. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, that motorcycle accident. That's what I thought, bud. Yeah. Ooh, I can only imagine. You know, there's um yeah, I mean, and thank you for being that way, Roxanne. I don't know if he'll tell you that. I'll tell you because that's how I am, and I don't like to talk about because then things start flooding in my head, and I start thinking. Oh, it's you remembering things, and it's usually not a good moment for me. Yeah, you literally. I mean, it's just a God's honest truth. You're not the same person. You just really ain't. And the things that we had to do, the things we seen, it's undescribable, man. It's just not something worth discussing. But anyways, different subject. But yeah, I mean that's why I keep a certain thing up here. You can't see it in the shot, but in the deal, it's the reason why I keep a certain thing up here, and that's for all my fallen brothers and sisters. And every now and then I've got to top that off. But yeah. Hey, Dead Wolf, no worries. Heck yeah, man. So yeah. Ooh, man, them guys been through some stuff there. I worked with Vietnam vets at the Vietnam Outreach Center years ago in KC. Yeah, them poor guys there. That was horrible what they dealt with and how they were treated when they got out. Yeah, I feel sorry for them guys. But yeah, so I mean, just that's one thing I asked, especially all you new subscribers that's never heard me say that before. I don't mean to disrespect you guys when you ask me about my experiences over there. I don't like to talk about it. I will talk about some things, but there's some things I just absolutely will not talk about, and I don't mean that in just a disrespectful way. Yeah, they did, and they really got shit on, Smurfy. It was horrible how they were treated. Go to serve the country, barely make it back, only to get. Yeah, I mean, I got spit on. I mean, believe it or not, I did by them. What is them yahoos called? The old Rolls or whatever. I can't remember the name of that organization. They were at the airport spitting on us and calling us names, and we came back. I can't remember what that organization was that protested unalive people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Dead Wolf 100. That's going to bother me. I can't remember the name of that damn group. When they did that to me at the airport down there in Atlanta, man, I broke my rank and I was going to start knocking some teeth down throats, and you disrespect me like that, and my CO had pulled me back. I never heard about them. That was my very first experience with those type of people. Yeah, it was horrible. It was so horrible. What happened to them, Roxanne? You know, and I have nothing but mad love and respect for my World War II veterans. I have tipped a few back with them throughout my military career. And we would sit there and we'd tip a bottle or two or 20 or 50 and talk about stories. Yeah, that's they're one of the few generations that understands. It's just horrible, man. That's why I always tell people, man, you see a veteran, thank them for what they did, because honestly, you don't know what we've been through. And every time I see a vet, I always thank him. I always tell him, thank you for your service. Thank you for allowing me to serve. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to, because it's true. If they didn't stand on that fence and protect this country, then I would have never had the honor of serving. So all my older veterans, I'm always telling that to them, because I'm thankful for them. Because of them, I was able to serve my country. I love what I did. I done 13 years, 4 deployments, and before I hung my boots up. I done 2 in the Marines, 2 in the Army. I mean, that's what I love. I don't know, man. But yeah, so that was the encounters I've had lately. I mean, Allie's encounters, that's kind of interesting what they got going on. What she's had going on at her house. I'd love to be able to come up there and check that place out sometime. We're told prior to my son coming home that we are not supposed to ask any questions. Yep. My boy, come on, stupid computer. My boyfriend is a Vietnam era and was on the boats that ran up and down the river. Oh, Yeah, that was a horrible situation there, Roxanne. Um, they couldn't do mine because at the time, that sucks. My grandfather had to wait until he was falling down drunk to get anything. Yeah, or so. That's not my proudest moments, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, I've been the same way. That's one of the reasons why I used to. So I used to be an extreme alcoholic. It got to the point I loved drinking because I loved it. It got to the point that was my crutch. That was my way to escape everything that happened. So I was a bad enough alcoholic that the Marine Corps actually put me in alcohol rehab. I had to. I mean, my drinking was out of control. I've learned how to control it since then. But the death, Cheryl's death, Cheryl was my first true love, my one true love. And her death and the stuff that I experienced in the military, drinking became my scapegoat. So it was something that I loved that ended up becoming my vice. And so rehab was the best thing to happen to me, and I'm glad I did it because I'd hate to be the person that I used to be. I've gotten in a lot of trouble with my drinking in the military, and that's why I never made past E4 and missed out on so many schooling opportunities because of that. And I know why a lot of my brothers and sisters, past, present, do it is because to us, that was our only way out. That was the only way out of the hell that's in our heads that we deal with on a daily basis. Thankfully, my dad didn't have to experience much of Vietnam era. He was in the tail end of the Air Force. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you're interested in my books, I have 6 out. 2 more is fixing. My last 2 are fixing to be out on audio soon. I've been working with the producers, getting my last 2 books out on audio. 4 out of my 6 are on audio, but you can go to Amazon on Kindle, hardback, paperback, and you can find my books at Amazon. And just look up E.D. Testerman. My son drank like a fish when he came. Yeah, I fortunately had a Desert Storm vet across from me that helped when he became violent. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and honestly, that we we are trained to become what we become, but we're not trained how to turn it off. So when we come back and um, how do I explain this? What we go to and where we are and what we experience, that ends up being our home. That's the only place that we feel at home. So when we leave that environment and we come back to this one, and we're expected to be the same as what we were before, because people don't understand the change that happens to what we become to survive what we survive, is the reason why that happens. Um, so um, it's not an excuse why they did that, Firewater. So don't take it the wrong way. I just understand because I've walked in them very same shoes, and I know why we did it, and I know, and so I mean, it's sad and it sucks, but there is nothing there to help us to learn to deal with what we dealt with. So we find what we find, and it's usually that. Yeah, I remember he not too long ago. He's the one that got medically retired, didn't he? I believe like a few months ago. If I remember right, Roxanne. I use music a lot when I hear those screaming. So yeah, yeah, um, yeah, yeah. Um, that is one of the things that I do. Video games is another one. Um, One of the things that helped me out, and actually a lot, is this here. doing this and helping people to share their stories or to understand what's happening to them with all the strange things that's out there. Doing this show is a big help for me on when it comes to that. Yeah, that's what I thought. November. Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking that. Um, so I mean, and there's there times that we become weak. Yes, there's times we become weak. I'm just as guilty of it as the next person. Um, Veterans Day, that's a hard time for me. Um, I've always told people who thank me for their service, I appreciate that, but I'm no hero. And the people who deserve the thanks and the people who deserve to be honored is my brothers and sisters that never came back. Um, those are the ones that deserve the praise, deserve the honor and the respect and the thanks and the acknowledgement. Is my brothers and sisters that never returned. Oh wow, wow. My stepfather was a child of Vietnam, and it was rough for us all. Hey, good to see you, Heifer. Yeah, and I get that. I mean, it's them guys went through some shit, man. They went through some shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I get that. It's not an excuse, Heifer. So I mean, don't take it the wrong way. But I mean, I grew up with that same era. I mean, the World War II and the Vietnam dudes. I mean, I grew up around them people too, so I know how it is. So thanks, thank you, Larry. Yeah, my daughter-in-law told me my son has his moment. Yep, and that he has learned to do things to control. You got to. If you don't, you lose everything. Yeah. Um, I've learned how to control mine. I've had to learn how to control mine too. Yeah. My gramps did 20 years in the Navy, had the best and the easiest job as specialist. He was an egg beater. And I got in trouble drinking one time. So we were training to go to Iraq and Afghanistan. And I got in trouble drinking. Got in trouble drinking. And got put on mess duty on ship. So what happened? I can't tell the story. That'll have to be a Rumble story. That will get me in trouble. How it happened? Let's say drinking was involved. Navy guys weren't happy, and I wound up doing mess duty because of it. That's the second time I had to do mess duty, concerning that type of stuff. Yeah, he did. Yeah, in the Marines, man. One of the times I got in trouble for drinking, I was on doing mess duty. I got stuck at chow hall duty. Um, I got asked to grab this box of meat from the freezer, and so I go back there and get it. And on the box is stamped "not fit for human consumption," and us Marines are eating that stuff. They're cooking it up. You can do super stickers now on my channel, but also you can do buy me a coffee. So if you go to buy me a coffee /com the bizarre and the unknown, that is a couple ways you can donate to the channel. I've now hit enough subscribers that we can do the super stickers. I've had a couple people do it, and you guys are amazing. So, but I still keep me and buy me a coffee up because that's just another way for people to donate when they want to. If you didn't get in trouble drinking while you were younger, you forgot to live. Yeah. Yeah. Drinking's got me in trouble several times. Yeah. And boot, I spent a week in the disposal shit. Oh, God. Took me a month to get the smell of. Yeah. 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 God, burning the buckets. Burning the buckets. I think even when they come back, it's only in. But yep, I have another soldier who had it rough with what he had to do to survive. I miss him too, and I'm not judging anyone. Sorry if you thought that was. No, you're good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it, Heifer. I get it. You're all good, sweetheart. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. God, dude, it was horrible days. Oh, that shit was horrible. That is one of the most foulest things. Oh. God, dude, now I'm even thinking about it, and the damn memory of that smell is coming back to me. Oh, assholes. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh. I haven't thought about that in a while. Now you guys bring that up, and I get thinking about it, and the smells returned. To support my good brother, just had surgery. He is doing good. He is back. He is out of it. He's doing good. He's in some pain. Help him out, man. Go to his YouTube channel at William Nighthawk 6630. Give him a like, subscribe, and follow, and thumbs up. Let him know I said hi. Hopefully soon he'll be healed up, and we'll be back doing shows together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you mean, man. I never got in trouble, although I was in fact an alcoholic. I kicked it in 2019. Yeah, it's me and the drink has had our memorable moments. My family has a think military history. Yeah, that's Yeah, most of my family was military too. You got to think though. I mean, all the bloodlines that run through my veins are the greatest warriors throughout history. So me in combat and being in the military, you can quite say I was born for it. Yeah, not knowing which end of the stick in the toilet sit on the toilet and puke. Yes. Oh God, yes. I've been there a time or two. Yeah, I get that one. When a guy was kissing me, I told him I was going to get sick. He didn't believe me, in his mouth. Oh no! Grovity! Oh, dude! I've experienced that too, but not in that way. It was dealing with drinking, so maybe it was. But she didn't give me a warning. Yeah, no, we're good. Oh gosh. Hey, mine is too, Heifer. No worries. No worries. Much love to you. No worries. Oh. Brings a whole new meaning to sushi or homemade soup. Homemade stew. Oh God, yeah. I remember one time we were in Kyushu, Japan, and I got drawn to do fire watch. So I'm walking around the squad bay. Everybody got to go out drinking. I was stuck there sober, so I was already in a pissed off mood because I was like, man, I can't go drink. And I remember hearing somebody yelling and screaming in the middle of the night. So I come down the hallway, or I come down the squad bay, get to look. This dude was so drunk that he thought he was at the pisser, and he was pissing. And he was end up pissing in a dude's rack, waking him up. I mean, it's just like, oh, God. Oh, my God. But, yeah, the dude was still so far out of it. He literally thought he was in the pisser, and he wasn't. He was pissing in somebody's rack, dude. That was so bad. That was so horrible. Here in about an hour and 10 minutes, D.A. Roberts going to be on DX Machina. So go to YouTube with DX Machina. Give him a like, subscribe, follow, and thumbs up. It's good to have him back, after him being sick. You can also, he's a phenomenal author. I mean, just a top-notch author. So go to Amazon, the same as you do me, but type in D.A.Roberts and look up his books. You will not be disappointed in DA's books. I got stories for days when it comes to that stuff, Effer. Robbie Rip. Oh, speaking of that. So I am having Robbie make me some the Bizarre and the Unknown hats. So I will have some available. You'll have to send me the money and I'll have to mail them out. I'm getting 10 made right now to see how well it goes. But Robbie Rip Brains has his own YouTube channel called What's Really Out There. Him and Johnny do a phenomenal job at this. And he likes to joke and call it DX Machina Light. He also has a store, his own custom works called Lone Wolf Customs. You can email him at Robbie Rip Brain or RRRains C8 at Gmail. But go to his Instagram to Lone Wolf Customs to see what kind of stuff he has in stock. And you'll be able to see all the merchandise that he makes there at Instagram. And then you email him and tell him what you want, he'll make it for you. And then my good friend, she was in the chat a little bit ago, the Cryptid Huntress herself, Jessica Jones, has her own YouTube channel called The Cryptid Huntress. I'm way behind on my shows. So I've not been able to watch the last couple of ones she put out. I've got to play catch up. I've been busier than a hiccup. But go over there, give her a like, subscribe, and follow, and a thumbs up, and let her know I said hi. You won't be disappointed in Jessica's shows. My good friend and actor, Jesus Payon Jr., you know him from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Two Guns, Albuquerque. He was Gonzo. He has a show that's, if you go to YouTube, look up Breaking Discoveries or Breaking Bigfoot, you'll find him. And he's really good. He only puts stuff out when he can. He's been busier than hiccup lately, so he hasn't been able to put a whole bunch of stuff out. But he also has a book on Amazon called Baking Bad. And that's how it has all the recipes that he used to lose weight. It's really good. I had the book, and it's really good. My buddy pissed himself when he was so drunk, and my cousin, I had to do what any good friend would do, strip him, throw his ass in the shower, and wash. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. That's hilarious. I have not touched alcohol in years. I'm not just that willing to. Yeah, I don't drink either. I have adult apple juice. She has a show tonight at 10. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Yes, Jessica does have a show tonight at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. 10 o'clock Eastern. I drink maybe the equivalent of one beer a year. So I could buy me a 6-pack of beer, and a 6-pack of beer will last me 3, 4, 5 months. I mean, I like to have one every now and then, but I just don't drink like I used to. Yeah. I just don't like I used to. So, DA gave me a bottle of some sipping stuff that I sip on every now and then. I also have to keep it for my fallen brothers and sisters, which I've got to top that off again. Speaking of which, I better do that before I forget while we're talking. I can top it off. I always keep one handy for my fallen brothers and sisters, and when they're done drinking it, I always top it back off again. But usually whatever I'm sipping on is what my fallen brothers and sisters sip on too. And it always stays close by me. And every now and then I like to have one with them. Give me that Gross beer. It's gone into 2 nights and I love my green apple. That's my main thing nowadays. I wish I had some disinterest when it came to burgers and pizza. Sure, I'd lose. The funny thing is it's not really what you eat. I mean, it is to a point, but it's how much of it that you eat. that it can be bad. But the stuff in the stores has got so much steroids and hormones in it. That's where it don't matter what you eat because of that is the reason why. I used to drink beer all the time. I love my mead. I love mead. I love my shine. And that's usually my go-to is mead and moonshine. Uh, Nowadays, regular beer, not so much, but I like my, green apple stuff. Yeah. I can eat one of those myself too. I really can, Smurfy. I can eat one or one and a half of those by myself too. So, but yeah, it's the stuff that's in it that's what's caused it. If you can go to homegrown, all natural stuff, you see a lot better outcome, and that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe a half. Yeah. No, it depends on how. Like I haven't eaten yet today. I've had 2 grilled cheeses earlier, around halftime of the Chiefs game. That's the only thing I've eaten today, and that's one of my biggest problems, especially on weekends. I'm lucky if I eat once a day. During the work week, I work 4 10s, so I work 4 days a week, 10-hour days. I'll eat about twice a day. On the weekends, I get so busy doing stuff, I forget to eat. Yeah. No joke. That wheat beer made in KC is so. Oh man, they got Springfield Brew Company has a wheat beer that is absolutely amazing. Captain and Coke B52 shots. Yeah. I can't show you what I'm sipping on now. What did I say? It's a southern. It's got a southern Maine to it, and it's from Kentucky. It's pretty good stuff. So yeah, it's really good stuff. But it's definitely a sipping one. But yeah, I just don't. I mean, it's when I went through rehab, when I went through alcohol rehab, the doctor I had been doing that for 32 years. And he goes, he said I was the worst case he'd ever had in all his 32 years experience. And to this day, I still have the shakes. You'll see my hands shake quite often. I've had them shakes ever since I went through rehab. I mean, my body, he goes, man, I never thought I would ever say this. He goes, your body literally runs off of alcohol. Whenever I quit and I wasn't doing as much as I used to, my memory went to stuff. My PT went to crap. I mean, everything has been different, and I've had the shakes ever since. That's how bad I used to be. I had one small donut all day, and now I'm making eggs and noodles and Alfredo. I'm getting ready to make me some jalapeno cheddar kibosh and taters. Last night I had taters with pork chops, and I coated them with some garlic pepper and butter and zesty Italian, and I baked it in the oven in aluminum foil. Man, it was so good. And I was going to have that for tonight too, but I forgot to put it up. So now I guess the animals get a free meal. Japanese had fried chicken, Pepsi. Oh, nope, we're good. Pendleton sweet and sour. Yeah. Yeah. I like Hef Windsor and I love Guinness. I'm not a Guinness dude. I can't do the Guinness. I can't do that Guinness. Oh, tequila. Oh God, that is not a good combination. Me and tequila are not friends. Me and tequila definitely are not friends. Oh yeah, no. I'll stick to my shine and my mead. So we're at that 2-hour mark. Has anybody got any experiences they want to share before we shut it down tonight? I'll give everybody a chance to share some more experiences real quick. Yeah, they do, Smurfy, and it's actually Firewater, and it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the same as the dog. It's pretty good. I've had it in the Japanese tacos. No, I mean actual experiences. I mean any. Oh no, it's they. They actually have that. I've had it in Japanese tacos in Tokyo, Japan. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I didn't believe them. My NCOs, whenever I came in, first time I went there, they told me, they warned me about it, and I didn't believe them. I mean, I thought they were full of crap. And I went to I was in Tokyo, Japan, and seen Japanese tacos. I'm like, okay, I've got to try this. It's Japanese and it's taco. Those two things don't come, don't combine. And so I went in there. It's like, man, it was pretty good. It tasted a little different. It was pretty good. And then what my NCOs told me, kind of went through my hair and or my head, and I was like, I gotta go look. And I went behind the shop, and yeah, that was there. Yeah, they have fried roaches, tarantulas, scorpions. I mean, that's good stuff, though. Yeah. No, Demaria, that's the honest truth. They do have that. You'll never see a stray animal running the streets in Japan. Yeah. People don't realize Shih Tzus was not raised as a pet dog. And it's actually raised for one reason only in Japan. ADA, we were just talking about. Man, I tell you, you cook a grasshopper right, or you get them chocolate covered ants, they're pretty daggone good. I mean, grubs ain't bad too. During survival training in the Marine Corps, you literally learn how to find things to eat, and grubs ain't bad when you're hungry. I've tried some mystery street food in Japan. Not sure what. Yeah. Hey, that's sadly that's a true story. Firewater. I didn't believe him until I went back there and looked at it, and it literally was what it was. They weren't lying to me. I'm not trying street food in India. I've seen those street food videos over there. One guy was rolling dough in his armpit. Yeah, oh God, I seen him do it with their feet too. Man, so Marine Corps survival training is great. It's fun. It's true survival training. So you don't get MREs. Literally, you have to go and get your own food. So, I mean, we were eating iguanas, we were eating grubs, we were making our own fishing line out of 550 cord and making our own hooks out of whatever we can find and finding stuff so that way we can fish. Literally, it was true survival, eating snakes. I mean, I can tell you, iguana is good eating. It does taste like chicken, and they're like a chicken. You cut the head off, they still bite. And I had a boot that was asleep when he was supposed to be up and doing things. So he made this mistake and fall asleep when he was not supposed to. And I still have that picture. So I think I do. I don't know if my ex-wife got rid of it or not, but I used to have a picture of that iguana head sitting on my end of my K-bar, and I attached it to his nipples. Yes, oh God. Does anybody in the chat know where the term shitting bricks actually came from? What he's talking about, DA's talking about it here is literally where that term came from. Because if you don't use the hot sauce or the gum, you literally, that's what you do. Yeah. Not the grubs. I wouldn't be able to handle those. So be honest with you, they're juicy and they pop like popcorn. So when you crunch down on them, they literally explode. Yeah. Yeah. 2 million milligrams of something, man. Ugh. Yeah. But I don't like Tabasco sauce, so I always took and carried Louisiana hot sauce with me. And so literally, that's why. And to this day, I mean, I've ate with DA before. He'll tell you I put that Louisiana hot sauce on everything. It actually comes from eating MREs. That's why I do it. If you eat an MRE peanut butter, you won't crap from. Yeah, no joke. It was always the best thing you can ever get was the jalapeno cheddar cheese spread. That was my favorite thing in them MREs. Yeah, don't put hot sauce on it and mix grubs. Hey, I'm telling you, man, you'll be surprised when you're having to survive, literally survive. You'll eat just about anything. But I mean, I do. I put Louisiana hot sauce on everything. That or Frank's hot sauce. I don't like Tabasco sauce. I can't stand the taste of Tabasco sauce. But you want to make a homemade tear gas bomb? Tabasco sauce is the best stuff you can use. So you take the MRE heaters, you cut the top off, you pour the powder into a Gatorade bottle, dump that Tabasco sauce in there, screw the lid on, shake it up real good, throw it when it goes off. It's actually a homemade tear gas bomb. When we used to get in platoon wars, when we get bored in the Marines getting platoon wars, we literally fought other platoons. And we was literally making our own homemade tear gas bombs, throwing it in their living areas, holding the door closed while them things went off and people were choking. And as they come out, we punch them. That's stuff we did. Yeah. Actually, eating MREs. I've learned that the hard way. Doc George was laughing at me when I was experiencing that. It's like come on, you stupid thing. It's like some of the dehydrated camp food I use backcountry hunting. Oh, yeah. But no, man, we used to have platoon wars. And that we do that stuff. I mean, that was the type of stuff we did to each other all the time. You know, when Marine grunts get bored, we find ways to entertain ourselves, and that was one of our entertaining ourselves. Oh gosh, Murphy, that's hilarious. That is awesome. That is too good. So we'll get ready and shut this down here in an hour. DA is going to be on a DAX Machina. I hope to see you guys in there. Tomorrow we're going to have my Christmas special. I don't have anybody planned coming on yet, unless something changes between now and then. But we'll talk about Krampus. We'll talk about Christmas and what it actually is, and we'll have a good time. I'll have to remember my Santa hat, and I can wear my Santa hat. But I got to look in here. I'm pretty sure I still got my notes from when I did that video last year. So we'll have some good time, and we'll be there. Heck yeah, man! You can't miss out on DA shows. Him and Robbie do a really good job. I missed most of it the other day, Wednesday, because man, I was so beat. I fell asleep in my chair, and I woke up towards the end of it. I was like, oh man, oops, crap! This thing is jumping around. Oh, man, yeah, get to running, Smurfy, get to running. When I worked the late shift, I used to make a hot cup of self-defense. Yeah, black coffee, mustard, salt, and pepper. We used to, in the Marines, we'd make a thing called Ranger pudding. You take the instant coffee grounds, you mix it with your cocoa powder, and you just pour enough water in it where it becomes like a pudding. I mean, you eat that, and it's like, you get geared out. Let's rock around the clock tonight. Hell yeah. Yeah, pretty much, Firewater, pretty much. I'd have to keep with the theme. Yeah, people don't realize what that actually is. There's actually I don't remember what religion it is. They have a altar that they make certain things with little people, and to please that deity. Oh, awesome, Jeff! Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I need to get caught up on your shows too. I haven't been up on your shows here lately yet, Jeff. But yeah, definitely. And before I forget, before we close it down tonight, make sure that any content creator that you follow, that you're not only one, you're still subscribed to the channel, because they've been kicking you off, kicking people off the channel. But that little bell icon, they love to put that to private instead of all. So make sure you go to that bell icon on that content creator, if I can talk tonight, and make sure that bell is set to all, not private. And that way, whenever they come live, you'll get the notification. Jeff's show there at Old Line Cryptids, they're doing their Christmas Eve show Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you go on YouTube and look up Old Line Cryptids and give Jeff a follow. Yeah, I found my teeth, Roxanne. That's a problem. They're still in there. They go blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like yours does. But yeah, I just can't talk. So thank you guys for coming in tonight. Sorry, the last couple Saturdays I haven't had the show. I've just been very busy with things going on. Tomorrow we'll do our Easter. We'll do our Christmas show, and we'll go from there. So hope to see you guys tonight in DX Machina, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow evening. So until later on, guys, peace, love, and blessings to everyone.